It is an ace of a morning with one of the greatest tennis players of all time. One of my favorites, Andy Roddick, is with us in Times Square, serving up his insights on this year's U.S. Open. Good morning to you, former champ.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy to see
good to
you
be
here. And especially after last night. You had a late night. You were out at Arthur Ashe receiving a very special award from the USTA for the incredible work you do with the Andy Roddick Foundation for kids who are underserved in your hometown.
Yeah, in Austin, Texas. Check us out at arfoundation.org. Listen, it's kind of humbling to get an award for philanthropy in the house of Arthur Ashe in the tennis center of Billie Jean King. I've always said I don't think tennis gets enough credit for its absolute icons, the people on Mount Rushmore, speaking out for change, for social change, doing something bigger than themselves. So
they really do.
Yeah, I think when your heroes do stuff, you fall in line, and all of a sudden you're doing tennis clinics when you're young, just because Andre Agassi does it, and he's set precedents. So tennis is great with their leadership. And
it really does change kids' lives. It's not a hard way to get to really affect change.
Yeah, out of school time matters in a huge way. After school summer programs, summer learning loss in lower socioeconomic areas is a big deal. And so, a parent not having to decide to leave work early, to go pick up their kids for their own safety is a big deal.
And that's what you're enabling.
Yeah, and our team is amazing. I was happy. The award is great. I'm happy for our team, and most happy for our kids. They were happy to see us on TV.
Let's get into the action now. Yesterday was a huge day for the Americans. On the men's side, I just want to brag on you a little bit in case you might have forgotten, which I don't think you have. Last man to win the U.S. Open, 2003. I remember it so well. I was also at the match where you retired. Just remember so clearly your incredible serve, mostly. As you look at this next generation, what are you seeing in your crystal ball for this U.S. Open?
Yeah, specifically with the American men, that's the question I get asked the most over and over. Facts are, as we currently stand, we have 25% of the top 20 men on planet Earth, so that's a big deal. 5 in the top 20 on the men's side, 5 in the top 20 on the women's side. It seems to me with Francis and Tommy Paul and Fritz and Korda and Ben Shelton, who you got to see in action yesterday. It seems like they have kind of this healthy jealousy where they all get along, they all respect each other, they all support each other. But also, I feel like there's a little bit of FOMO if someone makes a run to the semis. And listen, I hope one of them breaks out in a major way.
Do you feel like this could be a year where we see one of them get to the finals?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I think so. It's just they need to keep pushing each other. Now, there's a difference between being 10 or 12 in the world and taking out Djokovic, Alcaraz, and Sinner.
Right.
But these guys are. I think they're doing a fantastic job.
It's definitely must-see TV. I can tell you that. I do want to get to Sinner and then, of course, to your podcast.
Yeah.
But Sinner, you spoke out early and strongly in support of him.
Well, listen, there's a little-known Italian player named Marco Bartolotti who went through the exact same thing 2 months ago. So what we're talking about with this...
so there was precedent.
Yeah, there's precedent. The most recent precedent with the similar circumstances with the same steroid. They found no fault, no negligence, and that's just the way it goes. People are talking about it's unfair. It would have been unfair had he gotten a different ruling than someone who was 350 in the world and 110 in the world in doubles. So I don't think that he would put everything at risk for something that didn't benefit him. Right. It was 1/1000th of a gram or something like that. He's either the dumbest person on earth, or we should believe him on merits.
All right, there you have it. And I do want to just say you have a terrific podcast, and you're doing it here in New York. Tell us who you're serving up.
Yeah, so we're rooftop at Pier 17. We're doing a live show tomorrow night. We have Seal coming on, but which is cool. He's like a massive tennis fan. He's like my energy guru. He sends me all his insights. He's the best. But anyways, we've had fun. Podcast is called Serve, YouTube, Spotify,
it's
Apple
really
Podcasts. Tennis, I think, is largely ignored outside of the live events. So just a friendly place to get content on a normal Tuesday.
Yeah, 100%. I enjoy it very much. And having you here and your insight, thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
See you at the Open.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys can all see first round action today, starting at 12 noon on ESPN. I'm going to find the right camera, I swear.